Okay, everyone. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Okay, so how this is going to work is the mentioned guest is going to be arriving here any moment. I'm sure that you were wondering because I did not tell you when Helena, but her name does not flow off the tongue. Helena Bonham Carter. I'll just call her Helena. She she said that she didn't know what time that she'd be here, and I didn't know either. I didn't think to tell you, so I'm sorry if I forgot to mention that. But yeah, okay. So I don't want to hear any mean things if I forget to say information because I should be the only one that is critical of that. Because I really try to make, these meetings that I have as perfect and, make all the points that I want and all the details and everything um, as perfect as it can be. Okay, so, if I'm putting myself to a sort of stamina when I do these things, I do not need anyone outside of me to come in and, but I really do encourage it. If I forget to mention things, then I really would appreciate it if you would just bring those things up, just so that I can mention. Okay, so Helena will be coming today. Yes. That'll be a while until we work on the in the custom portion of it. Let's just focus on what we have for now, and then give me time to kind of think about that a little bit. So, okay. So what's gonna happen is I am going to go get her from the door, okay, and then we're going to come back here, and I'm going to play a couple of songs to welcome her in and everything. The Minton main melody welcoming. We have a new Minton guest, do that kind of thing. Okay. And so what's going to be going on for the rest of the day is we're going to play a lot of outside games. We're going to be outside quite a bit, and I'm going to be having Gemini Clubus right after the Minton guest comes in, and I work a little bit more on songs with you, and then what's going to happen is we're going to be outside for a remainder of the afternoon, and you're all going to have different things to do and get different games to play. And she herself is a Gemini. And I talked to her and I gave her the option. Do you want to join Gemini Club? And she said, yes, absolutely. So she will be joining the Gemini Clubus, but I'm sure that before and after, then you'll get plenty of time to get to meet her, to get to talk, and you know who you are, and I'm sure that it will be definitely a great opportunity for you that I really don't want you to waste. I think that you'll really enjoy it, okay? So, she'll be with us for Gemini Clubus. Remember, our Gemini season is going to go beyond that June 20th mini limit. Okay? Many spelled Menny, as of the person who I know from Dance Moms is born on June 20th, Nia, which will celebrate her birthday, and we will be taking scooters and riding bikes in the evening light. Well, there's going to be an accompaniment of I'll do anything for you if I can set that up by the big highway, by the big main intersection. Okay, so like to the west and the east, will be going west, and we'll be turning around, and we'll go a little bit farther than normal. We'll go west a long ways, and we'll go north a little ways, and then come back, turn around. Okay, so that's that for that. But so anyway, she'll be joining it with us, and then I will. So everyone will be in the backyard, and there will be a specific area for. Well, okay, Gemini Clubus. Okay, so that that they can be the one that they can concentrate on what we're going to be doing. So I'm going to bring tables that can stand on grass out there. That way you can work on your projects, and we may get into a little bit of reading, but I didn't really know. Okay. Actually, we're gonna do for Gemini Clubus projects, maybe a little bit of reading, but I really don't know, and famous Gemini, okay, which is gonna include people like Helena and Idina Menzel and Donald Trump and Johnny Depp and Mel, I forget her last name. So those are those types of things. Okay. All right. Okay. Now, she should be coming any moment. And remember all the plans that I made, and hopefully, she has seen the pages and she knows what's going to be happening with the on-dos and everything else. We're going to have a break after the Gemini Club is in some extra time out there, and then we're going to come in here and then have a break. She said that she did go on Astro.com and she does have her natal chart information, so she should be a really, really great inventing. Yes, it's going to be such a neat experience having her here because she, well, first of all, her looks are very, kind of a quilly. She has a very small, kind of, thin look and voice, but then her hair is really, kind of wild and, very noticeable. And, she does a very, very good job at acting as, like, villainous, deadly, like, characters, which are going to look at, the real flavor of Helena when she arrives here. So it should be really, really, really exciting. And what's going to be happening is we're going to go around back and explore, because this is a face picture that can be explored, the birdie gate. And I will have you note that you will take a picture of it because that will be part of our customary resemblance. Now remember, for Kathy's concert, there was pictures, like, different slide pictures when you were singing the customary resemblance. There's going to be the same thing with all the customs and face pictures and everything. So, now, okay, all right. So, I am going to, turn on the Minton music, and let's get to it. Come in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, as you know, I'm Sylvia Truck, and it's such an honor and pleasure to have you here at the Minton. Okay. Your name doesn't really flow off the tongue saying it fully, so I'll just call you Helena. It's a very, very big house. It's a very, very big house, but not compared to Julie Eskenwolds, who's the leader of the Minton. Her house, she lives way down in the southwest in Arizona, and she has, like, a house that's called Arizona Paradise or something. But it's a pretty big house. It's a medium-sized mansion, and this is the house where I have a lot of the events happening and a lot of classes and everything else that goes along with the event. I like to do at my house a lot of the time. But then there was, like, several other buildings. There's the main Minton building that direction, and I have some secret little buildings in my backyard. Top secret. And I don't want you going and, fighting those things and getting all suspicious and, finding out what's there, and then, that means that thrown out the window and obliterated all the time, the energy, that I put in to part of my life's work. So, but anyway, I don't know if you'll do anything like that. Acting might, but I don't know if you. Okay, so, you can come in. So, everybody, I want to welcome you to Helena Bonham Carter, whose birthday was celebrated last month, recently, in Gemini season. Is it May 26th? I knew it. Okay, well, we have a lot of things going to happen today, and even more tomorrow will. So today, you're going to be joining the Gemini Club with us. I mean, we're not going to really be, doing a whole lot. They have a project or two to work on. They have one, and then they're going to have like another that they're going to do today, which is going to be famous Gemini. But I'll, talk about all those things that, when we get to it, and then also later tonight we're going to go to Do on Do's, and have you been to Do on Do's? No, I don't think that you haven't. It's a beautiful cabin, like very majestic looking restaurant. It sits upon like a valley that looks really animated, and it looks incredibly beautiful. Like the late day or whatever. Like the late afternoon with the sun to the west, and then it's just gorgeous. And so they have a room that you can make reservations for. And tonight, we've reserved the room that they have there. We're going to be in there. We're going to be eating some of your favorite things, and also, you're going to be meeting my other mentioned guests and getting familiar with what customs mean and what their customs are, and from the Dance Moms. I don't know if you've seen the Dance Moms. Have you seen? Well, it's a reality television show about dancers who, like child dancers, who are on a competition team with Abby Lee Miller, who is not here with the mentioned currently. She's way back in Pittsburgh. That's where the show is, and so she's very, firm and tough, and very demanding, and can get a little mean and bossy at times. But so it's a competition team where every week, she judges them on how well they did, and then they, rehearse a couple routines, and they go to competition and perform those things, and a lot of drama involved in that as well. So you'll get to meet them, and some of their favorite cuisines will be served, and we're going to be watching your most famous film that you played in, as well as seeing highlights and songs that you probably did. So it should be a very, very exciting evening. Okay, so everybody, this is our mentioned guest. Now, without further ado, excuse me, let me get the door. Okay. So, I'm going to play the music for the welcoming of the mentioned guests into the United. Let me get that a little bit higher. Yeah. Mentioned Leto has the ability to compose music. So they mentioned music is a big thing now. It's part of how we honor our mentioned guests. Okay. That's the mentioned theme song. Alright. So, let's see here. Let's do this one, which is the song that you sang, Both Sides Now. Do you remember singing that? Well, this is the the piano version of me doing it, so I hope that it's exactly the same. It's not the whole song, because it repeats. Okay. So, that was that song. It was wonderful, wasn't it? So, now, you're going to look at this. I wonder if we should do it. We're going to learn that song sometime tomorrow. Okay, but for today, let's review this one. So, now, I have a recording of it that I just want you to listen to. This is something that we've been working on, because we're putting on, a Gemini concert, of what they're going to be doing. And I think that every one of you know that you have your solos memorized, right? I think that you should know this pretty well. So I want you to work on those on your own. Melody will be coming here tomorrow to work on those with you. Okay. So, here we have these lyrics. So remember, that, I just want you, let's see here. I know that I have the recording here. Or she's the lady that lives over down the street that gives singing lessons, and so she's with us here to give lessons to the Minton student group of the solos that they're going to be singing. So, let's see. This is okay. So this is the chord. So do 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 do. So in the lyrics, so up here, and I might want to make them a little bit clearer for you to see here. Okay. So I've got a lot of things in there. By the way, here, because I might use this board. Alright. Now, if you want to, you can use this chair to sit down. I'm not going to. I don't think that I'm going to be using it doing this. So, okay. Well, there you can sit down doing that. Alright, so let's see here. Okay. So remember the lyrics and remember the on the melody. Okay, remember the melody of this. So remember, I was born a Gemini. Remember that. Okay, then it's gonna be a free-born social butterfly. Okay, and then it is now my thriving time. It's a little bit of a slide there on those notes. I'm coming to life again. I'm coming to life again. Oh, so that's the first one. Okay, and then remember the second one. I can see the old doors closing. I can feel the new ones opening. Ones on that, okay? I can hear the bright light flickering. Shall we start a fire? So it's gonna be, shall we start a fire? Off. So it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 beats to it. 5 counts to it on that. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to try to sing those 2 verses together, please. We worked on this. Okay, so then I want you to try the Shall We Start a Fire chorus. Remember, shall we start a fire? 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 Okay, and then that fire on there is going to be held, and then we're going to get to that. I was born in July, so just try the Shall We Start a Fire chorus a cappella. Okay, one thing I did notice is that you kind of drag the first 3 fires. So remember that they have to be fire. So shall we start a fire? So fire off, right? Kind of that sound. Okay, and then shall we start a fire? So shall we start a fire? So that has 3 counts. Okay, so do that please. Do that please. Again, remembering everything. Okay. So and then remember the Gemini, I was born a Gemini chorus. So remember, I was born a Gemini, Gemini, I was born a Gemini, Gemini, I was born a Gemini, Gemini, I was born a Gemini, Gemini. Remember that new tricky bit? Okay, so I was born a Gemini, Gemini, I was born, and the second one, I was born a Gemini, Gemini, I was born a Gemini, Gemini, and then it's gonna be, I was born a Gemini. Okay, but actually it's gonna be, on that, I was born a I was born on that one. So I was born a Gemini, and then the next one's gonna have complicated rhythm. So the next one's gonna be, I was born a it's gonna be Gemini, Gemini, I was born a Gemini, Gemini, I was born a and then Gemini, Gemini, I was born a Gemini, Gemini, I was born a Gemini, Gemini, I was born a Gemini, Gemini. And then it's gonna be, I was born a Gemini off. Okay? So, see if you can do that. It is tricky and it is long. But I just want you to try to do that. Okay. So you've done that. Now I want you to try the two choruses together. The two choruses together. Let me get this down. Okay. Try them together. Okay. That is jammed in there. Okay. Alright. So, trying it again, singing both of those. Okay, what I actually want you to do is I want you to try to sing on that Gemini chorus, okay, the way that I sang it. Remember all the little details, okay, that I did, okay, as best you can. Okay, now, I want you to try them together, so, shall we start a fire, and then, I was born a Gemini, Gemini, I was born a Gemini. I'll sing that one for you again, a cappella. So, I was born a Gemini, Gemini, I was born a Gemini, Gemini, I was born a Gemini, Gemini, I was born a Gemini, I was born a Gemini, 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 I was born a Gemini. So it's gonna be Gemini. So I was born a Gemini, 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 I was born a Gemini. And then, I was born a Gemini off. Okay, so, on that, Gemini, there's a 1 count break, so this break, well, I'm gonna snap my fingers. So, Gemini, I was born a Gemini, I was born a Gemini off. Okay, so, I'll do that when you are doing it, a cappella on your own. Okay. Wonderful. So, I want to see if you can do this whole song, a cappella. Okay, wonderful. Okay, that is certainly necessary. Alright, so, let's see here. Now, what's gonna be happening is we're gonna head outside here. Okay, so, what's gonna happen is I'm gonna give you some rules of how things are going to be working outside. And then after that, you're going to have free time. That is when the Gemini Clubus will meet. And then there's going to be extra free time after that. And then we'll come in and then there'll be dinner time. Okay. So, let's see here. Let me go get my shoes on to be able to go outside.